Hey y'all, it's February the 26th, 2016, and like I promised, I'm here to make a little bit of a rant about the Donald Trump. First, before I start, I would like to acknowledge that this is the tribulation that we're living in. It's the end of days, all right? So therefore, a lot of things that are going on are pretty dang significant. I want to be a part of it. But anyways, what I was saying was I was going to make a rant. Pretty much endorsing the Donald. I've already endorsed the Donald. If you've been keeping track with me, I've been there since the very beginning, questioning this dude. I never in my life had trust for him. All right. All right, but I'm here to endorse him once again. Now, pretty much, if you want to see why I feel like you should endorse him and study, just go back to the previous video. I left a link down there at the bottom. But I want to state that however convinced I was back in that video, I was pretty convinced. I'm way even more convinced now, all right, that there is no other choice. If you think that there's another choice or you're looking at another choice right now, what you're doing is you're bullshitting with yourself, all right? And I'm begging you to stop doing that, all right? Especially with that Teddy Cruz, all right? And I realize that's the main reason why I'm making this video is because there's still people out here conservatives, right? They're still talking about, I gotta go conservative, and Donald Trump he scares me and stuff, and so I gotta go with the Teddy Cruz. All right. Let me address that. All right, before I even begin, Ted Cruz is a Trojan horse. Believe it or not, I've been keeping an eye on him. He is not trustworthy at all. Before I begin, I want to remind you, because I've known people who speak like Ted Cruz and have the mannerisms of Ted Cruz, right? And you probably know people like that too, as well. I want you to think back to those people. Were they trustworthy at all? No, they weren't. All right. No, they were not. I want you to go ahead and think about that and chew on that for a second, all right? All right, so let me get into it. I went ahead, before I was going to make this rant, I wanted to see last night's debate that happened in Houston last night, right? I missed a lot of the beginning because I didn't know where to go for the live stream. Eventually, I went directly to CNN.com and I caught the live stream, so I missed a little bit of the beginning, right? All right, but then I caught it a little while into it, right? And here's what I want to say about the debate. First of all, the debates, the presidential debates, I'm tired of y'all, man. It's like you're trying to redefine words, all right? Because what you're calling a debate is not a debate. I'm saying that because I'm a fan of debates. I like watching them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think they're pretty cool and interesting. Those are not debates. What they are like collective individual interviews. That's what you're doing. It's not a debate at all, all right? With that being said, all right, if you saw it or if maybe you're going to go back and see it later, the debate, right? You might be like me and you might be completely and utterly embarrassed by it, just mortified by it, right? It was embarrassing to even watch, right? To think that this is the way that we're going to go ahead and find who's going to be the so-called leader of this nation, that is completely embarrassing. All right, because for the most part, what I saw, and shout out to Ben Carson, actually, I think that he did a pretty decent job, and also he was funny. Right, he made people laugh, he lightened the mood, and he made some good points. All right, don't think he's presidential material. I really would like to see him in the cabinet. All right, but all right, mostly what the debate was, and you're gonna notice, if you haven't already noticed, what it looked like was two little brothers, right, on either side of the Donald, and so that would make three brothers, and they were just fucking bickering like little tiny boys, like not grown-ups, and that's why it was so embarrassing. Right? I mean, they were being asked questions, right? Pretty legitimate questions they were being asked, both a Rubio and a Cruz, and they were being asked pretty legitimate questions, and then they would turn around and bicker with Donald Trump. All right, is that why we tuned in to see you bicker with Donald Trump? Is that why we tuned in? Are you going to call this a debate? Wow. All right. The thing is, I was a little bit embarrassed even by the Donald too, just because he was having to be a part of this bickering. Like he couldn't get out of the bickering. He was surrounded by bickering. All right, surrounded by it, so he couldn't get out, and therefore you're gonna notice that Donald even started bickering and stuff. I was kind of embarrassed by that. But I mean, this thing, if you're still clinging on to that Ted Cruz, you think he's a so-called conservative, first of all, he's a damn sleazy greaseball, all right? All right. I understand why he looked good to you, and I understand the concept of being a conservative and why he looked good to you. But first of all, he's a sleazeball. Secondly, we're gonna have a leader, so-called leader of this nation, and this dude is gonna go on television, national television, and bicker like a little boy. Is he gonna go to Russia and stuff and just start bickering with Putin? Is that what it's gonna be? Is he going to go to the Middle East and just start bickering with people? And that's how he's going to run his shop? Think about that. Oh my God, it was embarrassing. He's not even a legitimate candidate. He's not even eligible to be the president. He couldn't stop talking about the Constitution, but nor did he bring up the fact that he's not eligible to be the president via the Constitution. All right, so he's going to champion the Constitution and spit in his face at the same time. Is that what he's going to do? This is amazing. All right, Donald is the absolute only choice. All right, I'm going to let you know right now. I missed the beginning of the debate. All right, I might catch it later. Towards the end of the debate, I was so bored that I fell asleep. I was specifically staying up to watch it. I wanted to watch the whole thing. I fell asleep. It was so boring. All right, and I gotta say, embarrassing from all angles, even the Donald. All right. However, if you have little brother on this side bickering with you, the little brother on this side bickering with you, you might not be able to get out of the fucking sea of bickering. You might react like the Donald. I might react like the Donald as well. I'm sorry. Um, so with this in mind, the Donald, he did not spit as much hot fire as he usually spits, and he spits a lot of hot fire. He's been spitting mad hot fire. You can go on the YouTube or Google it, and you're gonna see time after time after time that he's been spitting hot fire for 28 pages. Benghazi, Iraq, Hillary, Obama. He's been just spitting hot fire. Vaccines. He just keeps spitting hot fire all day. All right. He didn't spit as much hot fire last night. It was kind of boring in that way. However, he still did spit some hot fire. Like, one thing that I caught was that, I mean, he mentioned, dang, man, you know what I'm saying? If we wanted the best interest for America, we would have had nothing to do with Libya or Syria or toppling Gaddafi or trying to get rid of Assad. We would have had nothing to do with it because, maybe they're bad men, all right? All right. They're across the world. Let them be bad men in their own dang nation, right? But the thing is, they were killing terrorists. Right. So them killing terrorists, they might be bad, man. Them killing terrorists is good for us because then that's less terrorists to deal with. All right. So like he said, we could have minded our own business and been a lot better off. And that's obvious. So that right there, that was from the small hot fire from Donald. How much hot fire do you need? Right? And the thing is, he's just going to continue to spit the hot fire. Auditing the Fed, he brought that up recently. Auditing the Fed, you might remember that Ron Paul brought that up a long, long time ago. Right? You might hear Ted Cruz talking about audit the Fed. I promise you, he's talking about bullshit. He's talking some of that old bullshit. All right, so I think I made my point. But before I get on out of here, if you did see the debate, or if you're going to see the debate, also I want you to note, Marco Rubio, he's the establishment choice, and that's obvious. And here's how it's going to be even more obvious. You're going to notice wild, hyena-like applause after everything he said. And everything he said was whack. So you're going to think, why was there a wild, hyena-like applause for everything he was saying? Here's what I'm going to promise you right now. Those people were paid. By who? I don't know. I don't know. But they were paid to cheer like that. We're going to have a president who people had to pay other people to cheer for him. Is that what we're going to have? There's no other choice. There is no other choice. You're bullshitting if you think there's another choice. All right? We're too deep into this. It's already too obvious. Now, last thing I want to leave you with this. You might not like Donald at all. You might be just staunchly opposed to him no matter what. All right? Because you don't trust him. You don't like his background. All right. I'm going to work with you right now. You might also understand that the elections are fake and they're rigged. All right, and they're going to choose whoever they want to be president. That's why the delegates and the super delegates have been set up that way. You might understand that, and so you're like, why should I vote for the Donald? Why should I even waste my time? But the reason why you should waste your time and vote for the Donald is because we need to run a little experiment of our own right now. First of all, the Donald's numbers are not going to go down, period. I'm going to promise you that right now. They're not at all. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, they might be pulling in numbers right now, but their numbers are not going to go up at all for the rest of the year. They're going to go down. So obviously Donald's going to win. By popular vote, he's already won. He's going to win even harder by the end of this year. All right, know that. So if we want to run a little bit of an experiment, let's go ahead and do it. How about everybody? Let's just everybody you know, even if you don't believe in the president, even if you think this is all fake and it's worthless, go ahead and vote for the Donald. Take a little time to vote for the Donald, because what we'll have is an overwhelming landslide. Now, if you're afraid of the Donald, all right, let's vote for the Donald. All right, let's vote for him by an overwhelming landslide. And if you think that'll somehow get him into the presidency, what you do is you immediately bash the Donald. You bash him and you bash him and you bash him for since day one. Right, which is something that you cannot do to Obama because he will not let you anywhere near him. Right, you've been living under a dictatorship. That's what you're afraid of. You already been living it for about 8 years now. So you bash, and you bash the Donald, you scream in his face. All right, but you also vote for him right now and stop bullshitting. But what you're gonna realize is it don't matter if he had 90% of the vote. It don't matter how big his percentage is, they're not going to let him in to the presidency. Why? Because we live under a dictatorship. We already live under a nightmare, and they ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come up mysteriously dead and missing and murdered. And you're going to have 100% proof that we're all fucked up right now. We're absolutely living in a tribulation landscape. It don't matter how overwhelming the landslide victory is for the Donald. It don't matter how hot and spicy his life is, how much success he's got going for him, how shining his family is, how much of a beacon of hope he is. They're not going to let him in. You know why? Because the Donald will start cleaning house, and that's not what they want. They don't want the house to be clean. They don't want the radical change that the Donald will bring. They want us to live in this nightmare situation. They want us to get used to it. They want this place to look like the damn Hunger Games at the end of this. That's what they want. And if you oppose that at all, for any reason, then you know the only choice. You know the only choice is the Donald. Alright? Forget about the messenger. Concentrate on the message. Vote for who's delivering the message. This is February the 26th, 2016. Do you love America? Yeah, we'll find out.